I'm straight from out the mud.
Yeah.
And nigga been waiting a long time to get his shit.
What up? I am Mike George.
It's your boy Dame Diddy.
Carla.
Your boy Macway.
And yes,
This is Inappropreality episode 79. Shout out. Yeah, it is 79, right? 79. Yeah, 79. God damn. Niggas is.
that's far.
No, niggas is old. I don't know.
Dang.
You know, niggas' grandparents and shit.
Wow.
Shout out our sponsors. Shout out Haiku. Shout out Terry's Teas. The motherfucker's still going in hard. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin this week because you do so much. Then my guest, speaking to you. Let's go with speaking to you. It was just one last night. How was that?
Oh my goodness, it was freaking awesome. Like it's a night that I'm usually used to. So the first one this year, it was so packed. Like at 8:10. Like usually it takes people till like about. This is what I was just telling Carla. It usually takes people till about 9:30 to start arriving. But the first one of the year, people started arriving at like 8:10. The building was packed by 8:30. The last one, like I was so excited about the first one because this was the second one of the year. So I'm like, all right, 2020 might be a little different now. People gonna start showing up on time. I thought everybody was about to be there at 8:10. So I'll sit there at the door like, okay, they're not here yet. But everybody started arriving at 9:30, and I was like, all right, this is what I'm used to. All right, this is cool. So it was a packed night. It was really cool. We had a good time.
So, like, how are these experiences? How long have you been doing this, first of all? Because I didn't know this until I went, and I was like, wait a minute, what? It's been going on for this long?
Very smart.
I'm dead ass, I'm sorry.
No, that just means I need to do better with my marketing promotion. That's all that means.
Disclaimer, I've been telling this motherfucker about your ass.
Nah, he has for a very long time.
Okay, so you have no excuse, so stay over there. I've been doing it since May 14, 2018, so it's been almost 2 years now.
Word. That's dope as fuck. Niggas definitely sleep. I am not gonna front because he has. I was gonna mention that because he has been.
He also told me too. I'm about to say Mike can speak for himself on that.
So how do you get an establishment like formerly known as Max Cap? Rest in peace. That was my spot.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. I'm gonna tell y'all
to
when
be Max Cap.
Dirt.
So how did you guys come up with this partnership with them? Okay with you doing this every Monday night?
Before we get there, because because obviously there's a build up. I'm sure that wasn't the first spot.
Yeah, I was gonna bring the history up.
So where was the first one?
Okay.
Before we get
So I started speaking E at 138 Waltham Avenue. Like honestly, it was like a spur of the moment type of like thinking.
Off of Wilbraham Road, and they had it shut down because somebody got murdered there.
Oh girl, I don't know. I left way before that, but yeah, I heard about that. That was crazy. Rest in peace. Whatever happened there, but I'm glad speaking to you was not happening around that time because. Whoa.
Sorry.
So yes, it started at 138 Waltham Avenue, which is off of Wilbraham Avenue in Springfield, Massachusetts. It's a really small little spot. Honestly, it's probably like 2 times the size of this room. Or something like that. Like, and we started off with folding chairs. I had like mass.
I remember you were even you were serving food at one point.
Oh yeah, and I was doing it for free. I was serving food for free. Only $10 coming in. Yes, I was cooking everything by myself.
Niggas want to complain about $10.
Yo,
I was cooking everything by myself. Yeah, I had to start charging people for that food.
Of
because I was so
Mackley
ungrateful.
doesn't have Facebook, so he wasn't up on that whole conversation.
You must have some good
Oh, my conversation.
You must have some good old EBT.
Nah, I didn't. I was coming out of pocket for all of this shit. I'm so against government assistance most
these
times.
locations. we gotta update Macway on this conversation. So people was apparently complaining about paying $10 to get in the speaking eat.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but this has been happening.
That ties in with Blacksmith when he came out. He was saying people was complaining about it, or when
nigga keep selling your hoodies for $60.
When Lottie and them came on and they was complaining about people. This is Springfield. This is the culture, and it's sad.
Complaining about the price.
It's sad.
It makes absolutely no sense because all the talent that comes through speaking in, and we got food there, and we got networking. There's so much stuff. But everybody thinks that I'm just charging just so I can get paid.
And the drinks is cheap as fuck.
Right, five fucking $5 drinks, yo.
I mean,
we can cuss out here.
We drink.
Yeah, I gotta make sure. I get it. I gotta double check.
The drinks is cheap.
Very cheap, like $5.
They were cheap and good. I ain't got front.
And just in case y'all don't know for next time, because I know I didn't promote it too much, but there's a drink called the Tropical
One
Relay.
fucking night that you can cheap.
Because it was funny because you asked me, you was like, "Oh, you got a green shirt?" I was like, "Well, shit, I got a blue one."
Oh,
like,
what's
you gotta pay 10. I was like, "All right, here." Like, for
He
real, I was like, well,
did like it was nothing. He's like, I know, whatever.
Like, $10.
No, it was cool. It was cool because some people came in with different colored shirts on. And I kept promoting over and over, hey, you gotta wear red, black, and green. We're representing Black Power. It's Martin Luther King Day. Respect. What's up? So people was actually coming through the door and they was wearing like all different types of colors. Like I said, it was free. Like, yeah, if you wear the colors, Black Power, it says right on the flyer. Like, what's up? Like, I don't know, people be acting up sometimes. But
to even give people the ability to have a way to get into a paid event for free.
listen.
You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you the opportunity to get in for free, and I'm charging a $10.
That's dope as fuck because we planning on doing events
So
and we ain't let nobody in for free.
Hell no. $10 ain't a lot to ask for.
I don't feel like it is.
Nobody coming in for free.
Cook up cool.
Nobody.
Like, you offered a lot of shit. $10. It's not even just about listening to the artist. It's the entire
It makes absolutely no sense to me. And honestly, like every time somebody brings up, $10 is too much, or you shouldn't be charging the performers or something like that, honestly breaks my heart. So I'm like, all right, so y'all come in here, you see me promoting the event by myself, you see me paying for everything by myself, I'm paying for the DJ, I'm paying for the artist, I'm paying for whatever raffle we got going on and whoever else I'm booking to be around here, and you're sitting over here complaining about $10 because you're contributing to the dream.
I honestly don't understand the complaint about the paying to perform, because if you're trying to open up for any of these niggas, you're paying to perform.
Oh my goodness.
Yes or no?
$200-$300.
The bag.
$200-$300, and you have X amount of tickets to sell. So what the fuck are you complaining
and
about?
That's another one of my big problems, because when I see somebody consistently coming to Speak and Eat, like, yo, you came here like 3 times in a row. Can you come to the Speak and Eat for free? Come the next one on me. I do that because like I understand shit adds up. I know you're shaking your head, and I shouldn't do that. No, but like I want people to know that I recognize them coming. Like, I see your attendance.
I get that. You
That's dope though. I feel like it's mayor because she's for the mayor.
It's cool with me. Like I said, when I throw Speak and Eat is not for me. It's strictly for the community. Yes, I love to feel the peace because, like, helping other people, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good inside. Like, I did something, and at the end of the day, like, I'm laying down and I'm smiling and stuff. Like, yo, that was so cool today. Like, whatever. Like, I'm not doing this for me at all. So I don't feel like when people come and Speak and Eat that they should be looking at, oh, shoot, $10 for this, for that. Like, come on. Like, it really should be more than $10. It's a 5-hour freaking show. You can stay there the whole time. You can sit here. You can play. Like, come on. I let you come up on the mic. And even at the end, I let you come up for more time if you need to come up for more time or if there's more time. But lately, we've been getting so many people on the open mic list. So it's been really cool.
That's dope as fuck. How are the shows now compared to when you first started?
When I first started, actually, it's always back and forth. Sometimes there's hardly anybody. And other times it's like, there's a little bit over 30, and then other times it's 100 people. So it fluctuates. So it's just like so many different, it just all depends. Like, in holidays, I've been doing something different. I've been like doing contests on holidays because people are more apt to come out on holidays if you're giving away something. So like that was like one of the, a comparison that I used to have to make compared to 2019 and 2018. Labor Day, 2018, nobody came. Nobody. There was literally 3 people there. Me, the DJ, and the artist. Me, the DJ, and the artist. And another thing that I want to say about that day, artists that get booked at Speak and Eat, they do not promote their flyer, and they think that I'm supposed to be the one that's getting all the crowds out there, and I'm supposed to be the one that's still paying you, even though you did not promote yourself. You had to bring 3 people.
She did. She promoted her own flyer for this.
Yo,
some of y'all niggas that been on this show ain't promote your own shit.
We had to tell people the same exact thing, and it's sad because at the end of the day, when you're giving somebody a premise for themselves, being an artist, myself, you know what I mean? You being an artist yourself, you being an athlete yourself.
How do you not? Yo, I'm gonna be here. Look what I'm doing.
Right.
There's no way I'm not putting on for the put on. Like, what are you putting on for me?
Come on.
On some real, I just feel people just want to come up in here just to come up in here. And that's not the type of shit that Mike and Mac and Damon.
Oh no, yeah, we definitely should that shit. Like, you gotta have something going on, absolutely. Like even our own friends, family, we could have had plenty of niggas just come up here. That's not
shit could look like Noriega shit. Like,
that's what I'm saying. If you want to come and you want to support, just like she said, you want to come and you want to support the artist. You want to come in and buy some food, buy something, of course. But just to come in here and you're not gonna have a premise and you don't have a premise. We're not gonna get
That's what I'm saying.
Speaking of support, hey, look, we got some merch on the way. We got
Yes,
some
sir.
merch, so peep that. You gotta look out for that. Some fire
Some of
shit.
that shit is
Hey.
fire shit.
And some of that shit got touched by that same motherfucker that did that
Self-invest.
shit right there.
Yup,
you know
Terry's
what
Team.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
Come by our
self-invest.
sponsors, yo. Yup.
Shout out
No, we
self-invest.
gotta keep everything in
Shout out
house.
to me.
Some fire
Right.
shit. In season shit. Y'all gonna like it.
Yeah.
Where was you going? What was you talking about before that? Oh,
Support.
yeah, supporting.
Big support. Niggas,
That's
but
all it is.
along with artists that do go to, I mean, these shows, like you said, they do go, they don't bring a crowd, and that be basically part of what the event's supposed to be. Like, you're supposed to basically bring people that's
It's
gonna
your
play, you
night.
know what I'm saying? That's gonna
It's
come
your
out there
night.
and perform.
Because it's bigger than them not promoting on social media. If you're not promoting on social media, you're not promoting word of mouth.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
So if
So
I'm
you're
not
coming
promoting
there-
it socially, then that means I'm not telling nobody about it either. So I'm gonna come
Yeah.
by my fucking tell because I ain't told a soul about this shit.
Right.
What's the
Shit out here is
purpose?
so light too, because if you're looking into shows like in New York or whatever, they're gonna tell you need to bring X amount of people out to even
That shit.
Oh, I
come up
started
in
how
here.
it
my
should be.
contract.
You got to bring like
That's how it should
15,
be.
like
I changed
5,
my whole
10,
contract.
You know?
That's how it should be.
I had to change my contract because like before I made it I could see like it was an option to bring an artist. It was for the artist to bring an audience. It was like an option. I was like, hey, it'll be nice if you guys could help me get people coming out. So that's what it sounded like inside the contract.
You
'Cause I
had
didn't want
to
people.
tell
I had to
people
fix
You have
it.
to.
No, but then I had to fix it because
Who teaches a nigga who just want to rap? Bro?
yeah.
Like,
Look
you
at
really
look.
do have to tell people that.
And I had to fix it. I had to fix it because people took it as an option instead of just saying, "Hey, you should get the best crowd that you want."
Facts.
I try to give them an option, like, "Listen, I have to pay you, so try to get people to come out so I can give you more than what you're expecting." And then, since I made it an option, people would still look at me at the end and bring absolutely nobody. I even tried something different. Try to give you 10 tickets to sell. Sell these 10 tickets. Those 10 tickets is your money. People would come and not sell any tickets and still look at me with their hand like this.
And
Like, what's up? Like,
and
how am I
this-
supposed to help you if you're not helping yourself?
This ties into a big question we didn't ask a lot of people as far as why niggas from this area ain't got successful.
That's why.
That's some small
They're
business,
not willing to invest in
major
themselves.
business shit. The niggas ain't even willing to invest in themselves.
And you know what's crazy? They look at open mics like open mics are nothing. But if they sign up on BMI and you're performing anywhere, BMI is gonna pay you to perform at my open mic. So even if you spend $10 coming to my open mic, you can get that shit right back.
Facts.
And I feel like a lot of people don't know that. And on BMI ASCAP, you could write everything that you would do in the community. They pay you for that shit. So I don't understand why people are not taking full advantage. Every time I go out, I perform somewhere, I get paid for it. Even if the event coordinator is not paying me. I do free events sometimes for the kids.
But like
The
what
violence
after
events.
she smoked.
Oh, sure.
Um,
Yeah.
I think a lot has to do with the fact that I feel like if there's a collective going on, move as a collective, you can really get shit popping, even with the speak and
Yes.
eat. But you seeing it now, you know. There's certain artists. Shout out to Sergio, Sam,
Yes.
all of them. You see how they move it like in a collective.
I could not
If
believe
everybody will move like that in the collective, everybody's always sharing shit, their people shit. They support the podcast. They support the podcast like heavy. Shout out to them.
They on each other's tracks.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
For real. Like, shout
People
out to
that's
Sergio
moving
for
gotta
one.
be- all the people moving trains got to deal with people moving trains. And to exactly like what she's saying, for every, without being in a situation, I can guarantee for every like 6 artists that don't come with fan bases and don't promote, you're gonna get 2-3 that do. You know what I mean?
A lot of it has to do
keep
with
the train
knowledge
moving
too.
is grouping with those people that do want to keep their train moving.
Yes.
And the motherfuckers that want to be slow up the train, then y'all.
Those are people I
push to
will
the
work
side.
with. But you know
Push
what's
to the side.
crazy is you don't see people will come to Speak and Eat because I usually require a person to come to Speak and Eat before I would book them to be my featured artist. Like, you know, I need my team to see who you are. So I need the audience, see how you react with the audience. I can't just book people and I never saw you before. Like, if I go out and I see
like
you at a
here,
different event,
yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, people come and they just like, you know what's crazy? A lot of people hit me up and ask me if they can feature at Speak and Eat and never been to Speak and Eat before. I'm like, how do you know you're even gonna like being at Speak and Eat? So like, you know, you just gotta come. You gotta see for yourself. I don't know. It's really tough.
It's like Max said. Max said a lot of these artists they just want to rap, so they lack that knowledge, the business aspect.
That's actually right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just that business aspect. Everybody just wants to do music. That's why it's important to have a team.
Yes.
You want to create? All right.
Get somebody
Create.
else that's gonna do that.
This comes into the
Yeah.
point I was gonna make with networking. You're also gonna be in an area like that.
Yeah, we
Don't
can bring
not
that up.
network.
Yeah.
Don't not talk to another artist, because I did see an artist. I don't know,
Photographers, videographers, so many
but I
people
did see
in
an
there.
artist go in there,
Network.
sit in the corner by himself, perform, and then dip. Really, like I ain't see him
stuff
talk to
like that.
nobody. I ain't see him do
No,
shit.
you can't
So
do
it's
that
like-
and expect people to know who you are. Oh, you ain't never heard of me, but no. You gotta be out a little bit longer, network, talk to people.
Network, talk to people.
That's another big thing about today. Everybody feels like, I had this for a minute. Everybody feels like they need somebody to be with them in order to go to an event or in order to go somewhere. Me, I'm always going by myself to different places. I kid you not. Every time I go to a karaoke or like just some type of random networking event, I get booked at least 3 times in one building. From people I never even met. Like everybody, you walk into a building, people look at you like you a complete stranger. Like, who are you? Like, why are you? Because every time I'm going out to a show that I'm performing at, I always just all like sparkly and stuff. So people just look at me like, who the fuck is this bitch? And why does she got all this sparkly shit like she's some hot shit? And then I perform and I start singing some Whitney Houston song. They like, oh, where you gonna be at next? I gotta come see. Okay, now I see why she all shiny and shit. Cause that's what I be telling people when they come to Speak and Eat. When you come to Speak and Eat and you want people to remember who you are, you gotta, if you want to be a star, you gotta dress like you're a star. You gotta act like you're a star. You gotta talk to people like you're a star. You can't just sit there and just think that people gonna know who you are, looking all snooty and not talking to anybody. Like, you're not hot shit. You gotta do something. You gotta be humble.
We also go back to a local address at the end of the day.
No,
Back to
boy.
our local jobs after that. Humble yourselves, man.
Yes.
Humble yourselves.
That's what it's all
Just
about.
because you might be a little hot, you know what I mean?
Oh,
You got
right.
a little buzz.
Just 'cause
you know
you
what I'm
Attitude
saying?
comes with
You
it,
feel me?
man.
So, like everybody,
adds
everybody,
on.
everybody
It was a
feed
little
their
hot to
ego,
be a part of the city.
but you should feed your ego in like a humbling way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same way you probably approach it with your rap. You know what I'm saying? I approach it with sports. You know what I'm saying? The same way I can go in the room, athletes, and feel like I'm the man. You know what I mean? And I could probably outperform everybody in the room, and then just be like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. What I do. Like now, but at my younger stages, I mean, wrong. I was still talking my shit. You know what I mean? And now it's just a maturity level where I know what I'm capable of doing.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna
It's all
keep
about
it.
growth. You
Let them
grow,
just
you
keep
grow.
feeding me all what I want to hear in the same sense. Of just
Here's a
keeping
question
me
for you,
going.
Dan, because you coach now, and
Word.
after
Yes.
me coaching, I mean, now obviously everybody knows I'm a good wrestler in high school, but I felt like I became better after I started teaching.
Yeah,
You felt like you became a better football player after you started coaching?
definitely. Because I think I started to learn more from the game from what I was teaching the kids. Because I started to really get in more into depth into actually learning.
Your position.
I'm saying not even just my position, the overall
It's football,
game.
right?
Football,
It's
like,
game.
I know what linemen
I love
do.
this.
You know what I'm saying? We all know what linemen do, right?
Right.
But really learning exactly what they do, because you have to install that. You have to have, like, you know what I'm saying? That's where football is at. It's up front. So
That shit
I
like
had to really learn.
that shit like
the whole line.
cross training at a job, basically. You know what I'm saying? You got respect for them niggas who do that aspect in the other department. As soon as you go work with them and you realize how you utilize them and they utilize you. This shit-
Word.
this shit is real.
And even with, like, because I even see it, like, you know, when you see, like, those wrestlers that are nasty, or them football players that are dumb nice, like, yo. But they got that attitude, like, you probably stumbled across it in your high school path, like, yo, yeah, bro, you can't do that. So those kids, I even go a little harder on
Them young niggas just starting off
In
with
practice.
music, trash ass music,
Yeah.
no message.
like, you gotta go
Cadence.
harder. You just out here just doing it just to do it. Like, nah, you gotta go harder. You gotta find that you really gotta get a passion for it. And that's what a lot of people don't really have. Sometimes they just be out here just, I'm gonna do my little shit. I'm out.
Nah.
That's what we see when they go to these performances. Like, I'm gonna go perform, get on this mic,
It don't
do
work
my
like
shit,
that.
and I'm out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See y'all
It's
later.
not work
It's
like
the
that.
people in this area. It's bigger than music and bigger than the creative.
They don't fuck with my
artists.
shit,
It's
or
everything.
maybe they didn't get the reaction they expected. Like, nigga, this is you're local. This is just random music, and to anybody's ears, like this is new.
What?
So you can't just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they're
Yes.
not gonna just adapt to you just off the rip. You coming out there spitting whatever you spitting. You think
No.
that's hot.
Not
You
at
might
all.
just be like,
And one more thing, some people are scared to say stuff to you, or they're scared to react afterwards. Some people don't clap until they hear somebody else clap.
word, that too.
So sometimes after your performance, if you leave right away and you're not waiting to the end, you're not gonna know what somebody else probably thought about you at the end of the whole show altogether.
Exactly,
Like,
'cause they're gonna
let me
stumble
go
up.
tell this person before they leave, but you left already. how you
What was
know?
that dude that was here? They
That
didn't
could've
get
been-
no contact, nothing. You know
That
what
could have
I'm
been your
saying?
motivation. That could have been another show that you could have been booked at. Something. It could have been something. A business card. Whatever.
Word.
All
That
types of
word.
stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like all the different opportunities that I came across last year in 2019. Ain't no way that I should have came across that if I did not go to random events.
Because it even happens with like, I was just sharing the story
Random events.
before we got the topic. I was sharing a story with them, I think, last week,
Nah, the next question.
about being on a vacation. I was listening to local music and I was traveling. I was listening to a lot of local artists, and somebody in the back was like hacking me basically about listening to a specific artist. I listen to Kenny a lot. I mean, Mac a lot. I'm saying, and he's like one of my favorite local artists.
Oh, yeah.
So I listen to him and I listen to a bunch
That's
of
a
others.
dope ass
But it's
fucking
like,
music.
it was like, all you gonna do is play your cousin the whole trip. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna split it up. But when I actually played some like
Oh,
local
fuck
shit that was like bumping, nobody in the car said nothing. Like everybody in the car was just.
For
You know what I mean?
real.
But they ain't say change the shit, so I played another local artist. You know what I'm
That's
saying? Some other shit that was
100%.
hot. They ain't say nothing, but it's like, overall, just support this shit, because you know it's fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because I bump it and play it don't mean it's dope, but nigga, if you listening to it too, you're not telling me to turn this shit off. But
You put the aux
Word.
cord in my
You know what I
hand, I'm
mean?
putting on my music.
So, what are some songs you shouldn't play at a funeral?
oh shit.
Definitely don't play no twerk music.
Don't play no twerk music. You can't play no city girls. No city girls.
Hell, motherfucker,
no
no.
city
You gonna
girls.
start twerking at a
Play Act
funeral?
Up.
Hell no.
Hell,
They play music at a funeral.
They
Yeah,
play some
no,
sad
yeah.
shit,
Never
some
did.
sad
Yeah,
shit,
you
bro.
just
They say at funerals. Oh my
I don't
goodness,
know
I
if
hate
it's
singing
music.
at funerals.
I don't know if it's music.
But that's
What
where
you
the
mean,
most
the
money
reception?
come from. I'm so sorry.
Nah,
It's
it's
terrible.
Is this a wake, a
I'm
funeral, or a
sorry.
reception?
The wake.
It's
The
terrible.
wake.
Reception is reception.
At both.
Yeah, reception.
It's not really even
It's a
words.
wake, a funeral, and a
It's
reception.
more like some jazz or some shit playing, like some
Niggas
sound.
get-
You
Turned
can't
up
play no
all
type of
week.
dance music
That's
at,
like
at
elevator
funerals.
music.
At funerals,
Right?
people are just
Elevator music.
people are just looking for Ashley, people just looking for grieving music. People want
Play
to
some
cry.
Luther.
People want to cry. People want you to make their heart
I don't
feel
want to
good.
cry. That's fucked up. I mentioned this before. I don't know. Lord, y'all didn't catch it. I said it. I watched it back. I'm the type of nigga that like try to crack a joke or two like that in the corner, like that, then just to get somebody to smile. Like, damn, like this shit is brutal.
This
in
is
here.
real
Like,
shit, right?
This shit is awful. Like, I do not want to be here.
You trying to talk about the
Sorry.
good times. That's about it. You know what I'm
Talk
saying?
about
You
somebody
just leave
dressed
it
or
alone.
something. Somebody wig falling off. Like,
Nah.
yeah.
They know you reaching. They know you
Dang.
reaching.
Niggas
You
is
content
lying.
something like you know this nigga.
Lying.
Dang.
Look at Auntie Pearl wig slipping right off
You
her fucking
know,
You know you're not. You know you're not into
you know,
that.
grandma did not like her. Like, what the fuck?
Yo.
Nah, black people say that shit. Black people say that shit.
Like,
Don't let somebody step up and start talking. Hold up. Hold up. I know damn well my auntie did not
Some
like
people
your
be
ass.
older.
Why she up there
Oh,
like
I
that?
can't even say that. I'm
Why
not
she
gonna
up there
say that.
capping?
I keep it back.
One person.
We was best of friends.
Like they was not
Facts.
married.
They was not married.
Not married.
What's up?
They didn't put her in the obituary.
That nigga still around and shit. Like, damn.
All right.
Be like that.
Yeah, definitely don't play no twerk music though, because I start dancing.
You
So.
gotta stick to the old. If you play anything, it's something like,
80s or before.
yeah, way.
Or their favorite
But you
song.
need 80s or before. You're not supposed
You
to be
can't play-
playing no type of music like that.
You
It's
just
supposed to
gotta
be
play
like,
slow music,
like
and then
grieving
afterwards.
music.
Just
Afterwards,
fucking
at the
violins,
reception,
some
nigga.
shit like that.
Yeah, just harps and
At
violins.
the reception, then you can play some twerk music.
Nah.
Yes, you can. Should be someone over there to have some fun.
Oh,
Nigga, what do you mean?
Oh,
What do you mean?
Yeah,
All
jump
right,
in
all right.
juvenile.
That's
Jump
what-
in juvenile real quick.
All right, it
everybody
depends
get
on the
up to what you
personality
do
of the
after
person
this.
that passed away.
Yeah, definitely. That's
Okay,
a fact.
there you go.
That is
There
a
you go.
fact.
If it's
Because
like
at
a
my
head
funeral,
nigga,
if y'all don't
you
fucking
hear
turn on, I swear to fucking God.
Yo.
I want y'all, yo, my funeral, y'all better have fun. Y'all gotta have a podcast over my fucking casket. Y'all niggas.
He's like, you're so morbid. What's up?
So we're chilling today over Mikey. Me and Mikey.
Yo,
Yo,
Sick.
that's
that shit is rough.
that is so
Sick.
terrible to
Talking
think
about the
about.
ground.
Yo,
I honestly told some close friends, I said, yo, if anything ever happens to me, just play all my music. Play all my music, even if it's sucky. I don't care. Play my music from when I was 16. I don't care. Play
You're
it.
right, yo. You can sing your ass off.
I said play all of it. Just do it, yo. I have
Okay,
a really sucky album on
yourself how to-
SoundCloud
how
right
to
now. I
play
gotta
the
delete that
guitar?
shit.
Taught yourself how to play the guitar. You been doing that for how long?
I started teaching myself January 2019.
So about a year.
About a year.
What does MBS stand for?
It stands for naturally beautiful and sophisticated.
You want
No
to
bullshit.
know something funny?
Go ahead and say it so I can explain. Because it's universal. Go ahead.
Because I thought it was no bullshit.
Yes,
bullshit.
because it is.
No
All right,
bullshit.
all right. I'm gonna be real. Okay, so when I first started calling myself MBS, it really didn't mean no bullshit. It did, because like I felt like everything that I was saying out my mouth, everything that I was writing about, it was just natural. Like it was real. It was real as fuck. And then as I was going, as I was speaking, I was like, you know, I really don't want it to mean no bullshit. I want it to have more meaning to it. So like, you know, I just kept going, and it started adding on to it. Like, you know, I have a natural, beautiful, and sophisticated mind. And I always use that shit in order, I use it to apply it to other people's lives because I want them to know that I can relate to them. So I use my natural mind and in a sophisticated type of way in order to tell you about situations, some fucked up shit that I've been through. Not just be like,
Unique shit.
I be cool with
I was
it, you
so-
know? So it does mean no bullshit. It does mean no bullshit. It means real as fuck, but it means
Word.
naturally beautiful and sophisticated. Same shit. So
Crazy.
whatever you want it
That
to
sounds
be.
like females is up to no bullshit right there too. Like, you mean.
Author of 5 fucking books.
Yes.
That shit is just published. That shit is insane. When did you start writing?
Journey. I started writing. Oh my god. I don't know. Probably since I started learning how to write. I don't know. All right.
You're just always
Honestly,
just in like storytelling and writing poems. You do you do everything.
you know when they
Writing
first started.
is writing. Okay, go ahead.
You know when they first started teaching you like poetry in like 4th grade or something?
Mhm.
So once I started like listening to like all the poetry, like the Langston Hughes and all of Martin Luther King speeches and all that, I was like, oh, that's so inspiring. Like just to rhyme words together and tell people how you feel and put it.
Shout out Black History Month.
Word, yo, for real shit, yo.
We
I've
gotta
been trying to
keep
teach
this shit on
myself.
Black
year,
History
man. Fuck
Year,
this
man.
month. Yo, stop doing that shit, yo. Stop doing that
Except with the
shit.
white man gave
Nah,
us.
yo,
No,
fuck that.
no,
yo.
wait, let me say
Fuck
something
that
real
shit,
quick.
yo. I
Let me
hate
say
that
real quick,
shit,
real
yo.
quick.
So
Can I
much.
say something to that?
Juneteenth.
Can I say something to that?
That's what I'm saying.
One time.
Fuck outta here, man.
What I've been saying all month since every time Black History Month come back around, yes, I understand that we should be celebrating Black history every day
It's
of the
just dope.
motherfucking
Everybody
month.
gets a feeling.
But I appreciate the fact that we are the only race with our own month.
Talk that talk.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Word.
So I'm appreciative.
there.
We the only race.
Nah, well, fuck that. But they
White
teach
people talk
everything
shit
else.
to
all
We got a
year
whole
round.
month.
Nah.
So all of fuck that
We
shit.
got it now.
We got a whole
gotta
month.
talk.
No
So-
bullshit. I get more respect at work this month.
Word. So no. Yes. We appreciate ourselves all year round. But real shit, we got 29 motherfucking days this year to celebrate our Black color and
Bullshit.
feel
Nah.
awesome about it. So who cares?
Don't
Like,
forget
what's
about
up?
it after this month is over.
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. But that's the point. We got a month. So what's up?
Look at
That's
what
it.
you were saying about your
How y'all feel about like the conscious woke niggas only dating white girls?
They can kick rocks because they just, I don't know, man. I guess they just clout chasing. Because those big guys that just be saying shit for attention, really, and then you go back home and it'd be a different story because of that reason. But I ain't knocking nobody for being with nobody the opposite fucking color, like whatever. But just don't be that way.
Nah, 'cause I had seen a meme the other day and it was like conscious guys be like, they talk about these type of females, but have kids with these type of females, but ultimately it was like the white girl that they end up with. I couldn't find it. It's one of those lost Instagram posts.
Anybody have any weird habits?
Sorry, we're high.
Weird habits?
Weird habits.
The
I got some weird
transition
habits.
was kind of.
I got some weird habits I can speak on.
I got a weird habit I want to talk about.
Ew.
That it's gonna be on some
Are we gonna
film
need
shit.
therapy after this?
Are we talking about OCD?
Huh?
Talking about OCD?
No.
He likes to roll up his hairs in his ass.
You do that shit? What's an example?
You're gross.
Oh, hell no.
You got
But
some
it-
shit going on.
But it has to do with taking a shit.
What?
Bro, your
Right.
balls is fucked up.
Oh my god.
Because
Team
like,
He has to feel the shit.
no, nigga, no.
You gotta. You
No,
pick yourself
no,
up
no,
first. Come
no,
on,
no,
you gotta lose your ass first.
No.
This nigga be rubbing his shit.
No, it's about after you done because it's about taking a shower after. Like, you know, you about to take a shower, you take a shit before, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Females do this.
Wait, what?
Dude,
Wait, what?
Dude,
I don't know.
Wait.
Is that a human thing or is it a guy thing?
Wait, what are you talking
Come on,
about?
You go
Taking a shit.
before you take a shower. You're like, damn, let me go take a shit before I get in the
Oh,
shower.
right.
Like, you just go.
Right.
No, but no,
Right.
listen, let me
Shit,
finish.
shower, shave. That's
But
it.
let me finish.
Right.
This is the most odd thing.
This
Like
is the
after you shit, do you like get up and still pull your shorts up even though you know you're about to get in the shower?
No.
So you
I didn't even go to the bathroom with
At that
shit.
time,
I went in the bathroom butt ass. I knew what I was trying to get through. I knew it would work. I
I do this shit all the time, and it's dumb. Funny. I fucking literally take a shit, put my pants up, and take them back down. I'm like, yo, why did I do that?
See, I can
Why did I
understand.
do that?
I can understand if you was
When
waiting
your
till the
kids start
shower
doing
heated
that
up.
shit, you're gonna be pissed
Right.
off. nigga.
I
No.
can understand if you was waiting for the shower
Y'all
to heat
niggas
up.
just shit and get up. I can't just shit and get up. It's so natural to just get up.
I wipe my
shit.
ass. Hold on. You want to
But usually people
Y'all
do.
get up. I'm like, wait,
I said y'all niggas just shit and get up.
no, I
I
don't
said
get up. I wipe my ass.
Wait.
Talking
Wait.
It's like a subconscious.
Pause.
Yeah, he goofy.
Yeah, it's just
But
it's just
usually
go
people
with it.
can't
It's just
poop with
clockwork.
all their clothes on.
You know
So-
what I
Right.
mean?
No, I'm the type. I'm weird. I put like clothes on.
To go to the bathroom?
I put clothes on and shit. Like I
Why?
can't. Because I'm looking I'm weird. as fuck. Like I walk around the house with my I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass.
Clothes come out smelling shitty as hell.
Nigga, like I walk around the house with my shirt off all the time, but if I have to go
But you
take
go
a
to
shit,
the-
I gotta go put a shirt on. I have to put a shirt.
You think this shit monster gonna get him?
I gotta be kept proper. I gotta be warm and shit.
What is that?
I'm
I don't
never.
know.
Yo, no.
I don't
I
know.
gotta wear that.
That's
I
a
ain't never
weird.
heard neither one of that shit.
Yeah, I ain't never heard that
Neither
one.
one.
That was a new
That shit
one.
is dumb funny.
That was a new
Yo,
one.
I think about that. Yo, literally. The other day I was like, I gotta be the only person that does this
You
shit.
are.
Guys.
Yeah, that's
Swear to
weird.
God,
It's just
yo.
you.
So, I got a weird habit, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate. So, I changed, when people piss me off, I change their name on my phone to some shit like,
Oh my god.
shut up!
That is crazy.
Shut up!
Dave got tired of
Damn,
him.
don't
Like,
say
how you do
that.
And they was like, nah,
They named them and changed 15
Don't
times
answer
in
the
3
fucking
days.
phone! I don't want to fucking talk to you, motherfucker. Scam likely, real
Ain't shit,
shit.
scam
Oh
likely.
damn.
Damn, no, you changed your shit to scam like you ain't
That
never picking that
ass, I
shit up.
changed the skill likely, and then I check every skill likely number to see.
You ain't never picking that shit up. You just
To make
forgot.
sure.
You said likely. I mean, you called too much.
Oh shit, wrong one.
Dead ass, I feel like skill likely calls me more than anybody in this whole wide world.
You know what's funny, yo?
Shit.
That's
Fucking
funny.
scammer.
They be the only one checking on me. Like, that's the real nigga right now.
They ain't checking on you, they checking on their money.
So I ran from the country.
Wow. I get a lot of calls for some person named Angel. They're not
Health
calling
insurance
for me.
companies. Those are the scam likely phone calls I get.
But have you ever answered?
You be answering?
Because I answer sometimes.
Nah, because sometimes they switched it up and now they use the 413 area
Yeah.
code.
Oh, yes, that's
So
right.
they pick up and
Yeah.
they're talking about, are you signed up for health insurance? I'm like, yo, like, it's only health insurance code.
Do you need relief from your student debt?
Y'all
Yeah.
niggas ever press one for
Yeah,
English
Yeah.
and some Arab motherfucker come
Every
on?
time.
Yeah.
You know what fucking me up now is like the positive ones. Like I'm getting the calls about the
Positive pregnancy test?
nah, you
Where did you get that from?
They're calling about cruising. Now.
Oh yeah.
They be
That's
like,
not real though.
A
They try to get your
resort.
money.
And you be
I get the
saying,
ones
They
offering
fucking
jobs.
huh? This shit sound good as fuck. You said
I
how
get-
long? Yeah, alright, it's a scam. That niggas is lying. Then they be like $65 in your credit card number. Yeah, I got a number for you.
I get
One
the
time I
ones-
made them niggas hang up on me. I knew it was the same nigga hang up on me. I couldn't take it. I checked your name is what? I said it's John.
Dame Diddy.
What's your last name? Long.
I
Middle
get those
name
calls.
Strong.
Those ones that they be trying to offer you the job. $6,000 in a day.
Yeah, that
That might
shit.
have
Those
might have
type
stopped
of-
recording.
It did.
This was hooked up today. They was using it.
Yeah,
it did, but we kept it
did.
rolling.
We
We kept
kept
it
it.
rolling with that.
It
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Alright, my
Brief
fault.
information.
Here, take this.
Grab that, please.
I got another
You guys
one.
just press the space bar.
Unless somebody else got another
No,
weird
don't
habit.
worry
I got
about
another one.
We're gonna go with the camera. I go forward.
You got anybody else had any weird
She
habits?
said she got another.
Go ahead, go.
I guess asking Tom, but I know he did something, but I have to ask him again. I don't consider it's not a weird, but it's a bad habit.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, we leaving. Babe, you got Tristan's stuff? We ready to go? Okay, I'm in the car.
That's not weird.
That's what I'm saying. It's not weird, but it's a bad habit. 10 minutes later, I'd be like, did you grab his milk? Did you grab... Even though I know he did, it's a bad habit.
That's that woman shit.
Nah, that's a good habit. That's great.
Ain't nobody trying to turn her off for shit.
Nah.
We get this same shit every day.
You know a nigga, anything. Like,
Nah. My boyfriend be getting mad, so that's why I'm saying for me it's a bad habit.
Talk
And
that
he'd be
talk.
like, babe, you know already, yes, I'm good, we good.
It's that
It's a bad habit.
someone like Coach Carter.
Yeah.
You just checking.
Some shit forgotten and you on that rude.
I had no weird habits, I had to elaborate.
Y'all niggas ever leave your phone and go to work?
Nah.
Like say you like you train like say your job 20 minutes away, right? You 15 minutes to your job. And you're like, damn, I realized I left my phone.
Turn it around.
I think I probably did that one
Going to
time.
work.
I think I did it once and I just left
Play
my
that.
phone.
Left
I
your
was
phone?
like,
Yeah, I left my phone.
Fuck that.
what?
My job, play that, nigga. Money on the table. Work that
Nah, I
phone.
ain't gonna do that.
That job, pay for that phone. Alright, you smoking the L, right? Your boy come to match or whoever come to match you on another L. You got 20 minutes to get to work. They pull up. What you gonna do? Smoke? Or you
Yeah,
gonna
because
work?
I've done this before.
Is that enough time? What's the problem?
Fuck that
I don't hear what's the dilemma.
It depends what kind of job
You
I
gonna make
do. It
like
depends. It depends.
Y'all niggas is fired. Nigga. Y'all niggas is
Yeah,
not
I'm
keeping
Yeah, I got another weird habit.
Alright, so is you calling the job
Do you got
saying
a-
you
do you
going
got a weird
late
habit?
or is you just showing up late?
Showing up
You
late.
got one?
That's fucked up. You better call your job.
You don't got one?
Call every time.
I got a lot of weird.
I never.
Let me hear
Go
something.
ahead. I want to hear what you have. I want to hear it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
A weirdo. All right, let me start with one light. Let me start with one. How many you want me to throw out?
Doing a light one.
Throw all of them out. I got a couple.
No.
of them.
It's not a
I got a couple of pictures.
Go ahead.
I got a couple of pictures. Let me see. People say this is weird, but I don't think it's weird. So I love socks. You know, I got a fucking fascination with socks and shit. But when I'm in the house, I don't wear socks at all. At all. Whatsoever.
I be like that too, though.
At all. But I love socks. I mean, like I own 1 million pairs of fucking socks, but I do not wear socks. And
Odd,
I
right?
wear socks.
That's odd to me.
It depends what type of floor you have. A hardwood, so I have socks. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I need hardwood. Yeah,
Cool.
I need socks.
So, well,
I'm always without socks. I'm barefoot all the time. I be going outside, taking the trash barefoot.
Oh no, you are so.
Yeah.
You're darling from all Thornberry.
Well, yo, I was asking somebody if they saw that.
That's how he sound too.
Yo,
That's how.
but can you believe somebody told me they never saw that show?
You do that secure shit.
Eliza and the
You do that secure shit, though. You do that secure shit.
Come on.
Oh
This
shit.
nigga Donnie.
Fucking wild.
Yo.
I got called Donnie like 2
I
weeks
just
ago.
made the reference.
How could you not remember Eliza and the Thornberry Man?
Yeah.
Because it was
I
boring.
I can't believe people. I'm like,
Was
what
it?
is
You didn't watch that
it?
shit?
I watched it.
that
That was
Oka bitch
boring
was
as
kinda
fuck.
funny.
Yeah, it did.
Really? I
It
liked
was boring as
it.
fuck.
It was kind of boring.
Rocky Power.
Debbie
was
was
that
The
shit.
movie was
Rocket
good.
Power.
Rocket
Yes,
Power,
that's
that
my
shit.
shit.
Remember the Woogie Woogie? Do you remember the reference? What I'm talking about?
Yeah, the little
That's
handshake.
really good.
Nah, I'm talking about what you said on the show. You didn't remember when you said that shit?
Sounds like the Johnson session.
I asked, not even. Well, damn, it's out there already. I asked, would you rather have dick fingers or pussy
Oh my
ears?
god.
And
Alright, okay.
he was like, that's how you gotta dap niggas out. Look at him.
Oh yeah.
Pussy ears. I'll take the pussy ears. If you think about it, your ear looks like a pussy already, right?
Oh, damn, pretty much. But that's
Yeah.
weird, yo.
Yeah, but
They
you
gotta
know
have
that.
dick
I changed my answer. I ain't been fucking out years.
You get
Your
so
ear looks like a
fucked
pussy
literally.
already, so you might as well have pussy for ears.
But finger in your ears.
He said, wow.
Can you imagine cleaning your ear out?
Ew.
That shit be stanky as fuck. You gotta think about it a little bit. Like,
Think about it a little
that should
bit.
be inappropriate as fuck at work.
Right,
What are you doing?
I don't want to say it,
I'm getting
but
off. Come here.
I feel good.
Everybody got to get off some shit.
Hold on.
That's what I thought about. You know what I'm saying? Damon, whole free.
What if our ears are
Damon's a whole
pussy
free.
in real life?
That's
Like,
terrible.
think about it.
Because when you clean your ears, it already does feel good. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all
Like,
saw Booty
I
Y'all
know.
saw Booty
Yes.
You just did it.
Come on. I'm agreeing with you guys.
That
Yes.
is funny as
I go
hell.
lazy and
So,
That's
what if our ears are
amazing.
pussies in real life?
shit. Y'all high as fuck.
Yeah, I'm done.
Y'all niggas are super
sit
stupid.
down.
I'm
No.
saying.
Yeah, well, message from us kids. Y'all better not. I ain't say that shit.
That's terrible.
Anyways.
I got people with the coronavirus.
Oh my god.
At least it ain't the Duce virus. I didn't even drink beer.
I don't know how I feel about it, but
You heard
my
Candle?
friends is discriminated against. I don't want to say it. That's
Everybody with corona.
Asian people?
yeah.
Damn, niggas
That's
is
fucked
cold.
up.
Cold blood.
So I don't know why, if they've been in America this whole time,
I
why
know,
would
like,
they
yeah.
discriminate against them?
There's been a few cases in America. Right?
Yeah,
Am I
but
bugging?
it's from niggas who took a trip over there.
Yeah, they
It's
come
there
back.
right now.
Yo, okay,
Yeah.
so the Olympics, ain't they in Tokyo? Ain't that like right there?
They better Tokyo drift their ass up out of that motherfucker.
They said that I think Japan's official ambassador is Goku or some shit like that.
Kakarot.
Yo, I swear to everything I've seen it on
Kakarot is there.
and people were like, they're excited about this. People are excited about it.
Not
Can I have some of
Kakarot.
mine?
Okay.
There's a cup right there.
I ain't
Or,
got this
oh,
one. It's brand new.
but
That's
yeah,
fucked up.
they said it's Goku.
That's fucked up. Yo, you know what's fucked up? That nigga, she could be absolutely right. That nigga they could actually be Goku and we don't even know. Is it? See you dead ass?
Nigga, it could be you
Goku?
for all we know too.
How I
You-
feel
Joe Goldberg?
about this
Dr.
virus.
Chin.
I feel like I know the universe is not gonna allow anything bad to happen to me. I live my life.
But my thing is, like, how many viruses have we heard about?
I know
I
I'm
said some
saying.
shit like you gotta search
They
the
kill niggas
universe.
though, brother.
I said
We
that
went
shit
through
today.
swine flu, all that shit.
Sometimes you
right?
Ebola.
Ebola. Ebola.
Crack is still out here.
Yeah, the crack epidemic was a killer, motherfucker. Yeah, man.
The other shit they had going on with the fentanyl.
Fentanyl. Yeah.
I said fentanyl.
Flint, Michigan?
Flint.
Flint, they was fucked up with the water.
Y'all passing around water. These niggas ain't got it.
Damn, you ain't right.
Listen,
What you mean?
We ain't
Did I
nowhere
not
near
say
Flint.
no?
They got water.
We ain't nowhere near
You
Flint.
just can't use it.
Jaden Smith took care of them.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
messed
Jaden
up.
Smith put a couple
Oh,
dollars
I
into
didn't
it.
even hear that.
That's fucked
I want to bring up
up.
some
Their
movies.
water's
I wanna
not
bring up-
Come on,
clean,
you
but
gonna
they
make
got
me
water.
feel bad now?
No, I'm sorry.
I want to bring up
I
some
mean, we
movies
can't
real
pour no
quick.
water out for them.
Oh shit.
Why y'all gotta make me feel like the
Them
bad
niggas in
person?
Flint sick right now.
We just want to share it with
Oh
them.
my
Doesn't-
god.
We definitely
He said they got nothing to
We
drink.
definitely out.
Use water. It won't hurt. Yeah, it's fucked up. They can't even repeat Friday lines.
Polar Spring making a killing.
Oh
out that
my
bitch.
God.
Y'all want to run through some movies real quick? Y'all seen Just Mercy?
Yes.
No.
Did y'all see that? Oh no, I didn't see it.
With who?
It was
Your boy Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, he a cornball.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx?
This nigga
He-
Jamie Foxx. Yeah, remember?
His acting is subpar, and I felt they could have gotten a better Killmonger for in Black Panther. Like it
who?
was so cringy to just watch him on screen. Like I can't.
Wow,
He was better than
I like
fucking
Michael B. Jordan.
Chadwick.
Nah, man, I did not like his performance. I don't like him as an actor.
But did you see him in Just Mercy?
Damn, you ain't even
Nah.
like Creed? I'm
I'm
saying
not
like
gonna
I
watch it
see
because of
either
that.
one of them shit, because I didn't.
You didn't see Creed?
No, neither one.
Wow.
I said this
I
before. Y'all said
saw
the same shit.
some of number 2.
Creed 2? Some of it?
Did you see the first one?
You see the first one? No? Oh, jeez. All right, you gotta catch up.
Have you seen the Bad Boys movie?
Yeah.
Oh, loved it.
I haven't. Not yet.
Fucking loved it. Yeah, that shit was dope.
Have you
You
seen
can tell me the other one?
I usually fall asleep. Yeah, but I don't remember. I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, it's worth watching like 5 more times. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying?
It was so
You seen that?
good.
It's everybody's favorite all-time movie. We've already asked this question, I think, before. What? All-time movie.
Damn.
That's a hard question.
Girl interrupted.
Lion King still got me. I'm sorry.
For real?
It does.
How you like the new shit? You seen the new
How
shit?
high the original?
Yeah, the regular, well, the live version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I thought it was okay.
Anybody ever seen any Broadway
Sorry.
shows?
It was okay. It's nothing compared to. I mean, you know what? It was just like it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you could read.
It was just like it, kind of, but it was nothing compared to it.
Y'all ever seen any Broadway shows?
Yes.
Which one?
No.
You see Cats, nigga?
No, I went and seen Lion King and Beauty and the Beast.
Oh yeah, did you like it?
Actually, was dope. I was like,
I seen Pocahontas as a kid. And that shit
yeah, I was like 14.
fire.
That shit was lit.
I want to go to a Broadway show. I haven't been to one yet.
I ain't even been to one of them. What's the shit that?
I played in the play before. It was like being in Broadway. It was so fucking awesome.
All right, you gotta get rid of one.
What do you mean?
Writing poems,
Oh no, you can't do this.
singing.
Nah. You ain't go big.
Or then I already see because you just started playing the guitar. I feel like that's not gonna be.
Oh,
that's not gonna be up there.
the guitar is when I found my heart.
You have to get no. Matter of fact, you can only pick one. Not get rid of one. You can only pick
All right, go ahead. What's the options?
one. Singing, poetry, or matter of fact, writing books. You can only pick one.
I could pick
Only
one.
pick one. Writing books, writing songs and singing, or writing poetry.
Writing songs and singing. There you go.
My bad.
I'll pick that
You
one.
trying to play footsies?
My fault, I
You
switched
kick my
my
whole
leg.
kneecap.
Yeah,
nigga.
that's my leg.
You
Because
trying to get
you
my
know
whole
why?
attention.
Y'all playing footsies at the table?
This nigga.
Not intentionally.
I will pick writing and singing, writing songs and singing because, poetry and books all go right into it. So, because a book is like a whole bunch of songs to me. So.
Is that how you go into looking at each book you go into? Are you writing another one right now?
I got several books. I probably got over 30 books in my archive.
God.
Yeah. So this is my goal. I'm gonna just release it because I'm speaking it to existence. I'm doing it. So this is 2020. I got 5 books out right now. By the end of this year, I'm gonna have 20 books out.
Oh, shit.
20 books in 2020. How dope does that sound?
How many pages
That's
is
really
this?
dope.
You got 15 books.
So, all right. So the first book, I've been here before. I sold out, so that's why I only have the billboard part to it. That was my very first book. I released that March 20th, 2018. So that book is about a girl who was murdered and reincarnated. Boy, who wants one? It's about a girl who was murdered and reincarnated as a boy that remembers his entire past life and spends his new life seeking revenge. So, I know it's a whole lot.
Netflix movie right
I
there.
need that.
I sold out like as soon as I got it because everybody was waiting for it. I had a whole waiting list, and
He didn't
That
he
order
must have
takes
heard
forever
that
to
part.
come
He
through.
said that.
Very first
No, that's what I'm saying. I need that.
Okay.
I
that book is fucking crazy. That book is. I'm gonna get some more copies, and you guys
How
will
long
be the
did
first
you
ones.
wait?
I'm about to say, how
Y'all
long did you
even
write
read?
these shits?
Nah, niggas didn't learn how to read.
All right, so this is what I tell people.
You don't be reading books?
I'm a writer, so I'm a full-time entrepreneur. So this is what I do all fucking day, right? All fucking day, every second. Like whatever, I'm playing the guitar, I'm writing, I'm doing something, like So, what was the question again?
Damn.
How did I go about writing this
How
book?
long? Yeah.
How long does it take me to write a book?
Yeah.
So this is what I tell people. I was like, if you want to write a book, if you write 10 pages a day, in 30 days you'll have 300 pages. So that's what I usually do. And I always have so many different ideas. My mind never sticks to one idea. So I'm always writing like 5 books at once. So that's how I end up with so many books at once. It's just like boom.
So you could just skip like your mind seems like it does
Brain
be
is
everywhere. So like in the middle of writing something, you probably get an idea for something else. You
Yes.
stop there and go on to whatever
Well-
the hell else you got going.
Writer's block. So when I get writer's block with one book, I learned how to get out of writer's block. I go out and I'll look at different people and I'll try to connect stories. Like, why is this girl walking with a dog by herself? Or like, why is this person crying in the hospital? That's how this book came about. I was having a really hard time with writer's block. And I was in this writing class and she was like, yo, well, she didn't say yo. Yo, it's crazy. She's a white lady. Her name was Professor Youngblood. It was a stick. So like it was funny. I thought it was funny as hell that was her fucking, she was funny. Anyways, so she said go out and sit in a park or go to a hospital or pick a random spot and just sit down and observe everything that's going on around you. And pick somebody and create a story for them. So that's how that story came about. Like, I don't like people judging me by looking at me or like by listening to somebody else talk about me. Like, you see the clothes that I'm wearing, okay, I like short dresses, I like tight clothes, I like to show my skin, but that doesn't mean that I'm a hoe just because I like to look like this. So when I saw, like, it was a guy, he was walking, he had like a dress on, he looked like a lady, whatever. I'm like, all right, so if I'm to think of a story, I'm gonna try to explain my story in a way that people's not gonna judge me and think that I'm just like some random guy that just wants to be a woman. So I was like, all right, so what if he really believes that maybe he died, like maybe in his past life he was like a woman and he's just living his life to what he thinks he's supposed to be, like, you know. So that's how that story came about. I just wanted to give people insight on another story that people probably believe in their mind that they probably never would have thought of, like, because, you know, instantly people, they look at a guy and they just like, all right, he just wants to be a woman. Like, you don't really know his background story, you don't know what's going on inside his head. So that's how the story came.
So most of your books are like true shit, like,
yeah.
true shit. Right.
And then, like, I mixed it around. Like, I made the girl black and I made him white. Because I put, like, a whole bunch of, like, racial background to it, like, the comparison.
You are kind of answering
the art
this
and everything?
next question. You're kind of answering the next question. Like, compared to writing a song, does it take the same creativity? Like writing a book. Like, do you go into it the same way? Because writing a song isn't, and it's not nowhere near as many words, obviously.
It's
And shit's quick. Like, between storytelling or something that's super emotional or anything like that, do you think does it take the same creativity?
You know,
sit
so
down and
funny.
write a song, write a book.
Wow. Out of all the interviews that I had, nobody ever asked me anything like that. I never thought about that. Writing a song is actually different. It comes with more emotion because it's more personal. With writing books, I can create whatever story I want. Like, you know, I could make however I want my life to go inside of a book. I can create a whole fantasy, whatever. But writing a song is more personal. It's more something how I feel. Like, you know, it's deep. Like, I have so much passion when I'm writing music. So it's different. Like, I write a book, I write it with passion, I write it with other people's, like, you know, trying to make something interesting, try to draw people in. But when I write music, I don't care about what anybody thinks. When I'm writing poetry, I don't care about what anybody thinks. I say whatever is on my mind. So I guess that's the difference. That's how I go about writing.
What's the craziest rumor you heard about yourself? Nobody?
Inappropriate shit.
The craziest rumor you heard about yourself?
Yeah.
He got one. What is it? What
No,
is
you
it?
laughing at my shit.
What, that you light skin?
Nah.
Wow. That's a terrible rumor.
Whoa, you throwing shots? Somebody's gonna be mad when they see it, but you're not light skinned, Dave.
Oh my God, speaking of catfish.
I'm light skinned. Nah, I ain't never said that. Nah. If anybody ever said that, I'd be like, nigga, you stupid.
Fucked up. I don't even know. I wrote this question down. I couldn't even think of nothing.
Yeah, to be honest, I would say more like misconception about, like, you have any like misconceptions? You think people have any misconceptions about you that might be wrong? Like, for instance, like my demeanor, people think like I'm a bitch. I'm really not. So that's a misconception. You think what are like some misconceptions about you that you would like to clear up?
Same shit. People always tell me I got that don't fuck with me face, like don't fuck with me attitude often.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that must
I'm cool
be
as shit.
same shit.
I don't have anything.
You just said it with the whole you wearing tight dresses and people thinking you're
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's a misconception.
You know what?
about
Yes,
you.
I be talking mad shit about that shit in all my poetry. I always let it be known why I do what I do. Even though I don't have to explain to people, I just give people different, You're right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I always look like somebody else to somebody, so that's what they be looking at me, and they be looking at me, and I'll be like, yeah, I think I'm taking somebody else. And you look like, I'll be like, yeah, I figured you was getting that. I'm like, yeah, everybody should say that.
Dr. Mac?
Niggas be thinking I got more money than I got.
Word. There you go.
That's
I
it.
can attest to that.
Well,
Yes.
Yo,
Yes.
here's the thing. Here's my thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you know
Niggas
what?
be expecting
Yeah,
more
where it come
bills and light up
Yes.
and
do a lot of shit. Like, where the
Like,
fuck does money come from?
right.
For me to be
Where
doing
does
all
this
this
money
shit?
Where are we getting this from?
Do you know why?
No, I don't know why. That's
You know-
why I said it's a misconception.
Here's my thought as to why. I think it's because, no bullshit, you do work a lot.
How you portray yourself?
And a lot of us work a lot.
This
You
nigga
know what I'm
got
saying? So when we work a lot, you know, your responses to whoever these
Nigga,
individuals
you
might
have
be.
no
And you say you
kids,
work.
my nigga.
Not even.
Yes.
I got bills, my nigga.
Nigga,
Fuck.
no, nigga. You got no
Alright.
kids.
What's that talk?
Nigga, you got no kids.
So that doesn't mean
Man,
what?
I
So
don't
that
know what
means
you
what?
said.
So you know how much money getting dished out?
Mine?
No,
mine,
between
bro.
him.
I'm saying in general. Even if I'm saying I don't have kids though.
Nigga, no, that matters.
You can't.
That
You still.
definitely
You
matters.
still
Wait till you have a kid, you
call me
gonna
and like,
find
yo,
out.
I'm about to borrow
I'm not
some-
saying you
I'll
don't
borrow
got
some bread from you.
bills.
Like,
Well, imagine bills and then having also to feed somebody else. Feed another human.
Exactly.
Changing
Feed
another
another
human.
human.
That
Right.
human needs shoes, clothes. Nigga,
everything.
I fucking
Medicine,
everything,
bro.
nigga.
100%.
Everything, nigga. What you
And I'm
mean?
speaking for those
Preach,
who don't have
nigga.
And then
kids.
you come bring
And have
down.
other
Nigga.
priorities.
Nigga,
You about to
fucking
start
dog.
shouting over there.
Nah,
Yo, you got no kids.
it's
You
good.
living great right now.
Yo.
Take it from everybody.
That boy don't know it.
Having kids like
That boy
lizards.
like,
Okay.
that boy don't know it. You don't know it.
You don't even know it.
Before I
Yeah,
kids,
no
that whole
idea.
check was mine. You
Can't
have a
even say
kid,
that.
you gotta share that check with that kid. Like,
Nigga,
With
you
or
got no
without
check.
kids,
That shit goes there.
Once they start getting older, they're gonna want to go to places.
oh,
Yeah.
Nigga,
That's still
facts.
justifying
Nigga,
a
straight up,
single
like just like
person
next
struggle with
next
Sports,
these
paying
weekend.
for
kids.
sports,
Next weekend,
after
like,
school
look,
programs,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
sports, like
Daycare.
my sports. I know how I am with sports.
Haircuts.
There's a tournament. Oh, I've been
Girls
dying to
getting
go
your
to.
hair
The
done.
tournament I'm dying to go to next weekend. I cannot go.
Exactly.
I cannot go
As
because
they
my
get
daughter's
older,
birthday.
everything you gotta do
My
is
daughter's
yourself.
birthday's next
Oh,
weekend.
yeah.
It's her last birthday.
Her
Her
last birthday.
Her last basketball game. Her last basketball game of the
Ryan,
season.
what?
Her last basketball game of the season.
He's like, I never talk too much.
I didn't mean
God bless
We
you.
celebrate this
I
shit
didn't
every
not
day,
mean to say
right?
that.
Yeah, everybody not
And I
going
mean to
for
say
that
that.
one.
Fucking my last basketball game of the season. I'm gonna go there. It's on the same day. Ain't no way I'm gonna go to my tournament for the last basketball game of the season. Like, I'm going to her basketball game. And then I mean, you're gonna go bowling. I mean, you watch the shit.
Understand throughout the whole
But-
process. All you're doing is
Nigga, you
providing.
don't. Nigga, you
No,
don't gotta
what?
think about
For
shit like
the
that.
individual.
Nigga,
Your
just-
bills don't change. She's not paying
You
you
just
a
went to
dollar, or
Florida
your individual's
on
not paying
whatever
you
the
a dollar
fuck-
for bills.
you was just
You're
like-
still paying those bills
you
the
just-
same way I'm paying the bills as a single person. I'm saying at the end of the day, you're just providing. When you go, instead of buying probably yourself
Yeah,
clothes, you're
you
buying your
have
child
no
clothes, which could be
idea.
cheaper than your own clothes.
Yeah,
so don't
no-
get me wrong.
nigga, I
I'm
don't
saying
even
you
buy
can have
clothes
a
for
child
me.
and still struggle, dog. You
Buy
cannot-
clothes?
I don't even
struggle
buy
like that.
clothes for me.
I be online
Exactly.
shopping.
You're not buying clothes for
Get
you,
my
right?
son this.
That's me buying clothes for me,
Yo,
right?
right.
And now
Put
you're
it
not
on
buying
your
clothes for you.
wish
You're buying
list,
clothes for your
okay?
for your
Right.
child.
Put on
That's
your
still your
wish
expense
list.
as a single person. Now, if you're
Nigga.
buying new clothes and your child's
You
clothes,
can't.
it's
There's
different.
ain't no beating around. You can't get away around this.
But your
You're
child's not
trying to-
paying
you're
your
trying to
rent.
make-
She's
you're
not
trying to
paying
make
your
this
light bill. She's not paying your gas bill. She's not paying
Right,
this.
goddamn
And
freeloader.
You're paying that.
Gotta pay
I'm
for
paying
this
that too, is what I'm
freeloader
saying.
child.
So
Okay,
we
but
have
now,
the
okay,
same
now,
problem.
now add the water. Now you got an extra person flicking that light on, that light switch on. Now you got an extra person flushing the toilet.
wait,
You got an
and
extra person doing
Your
all this
He's
other
bills-
not
your bills still gonna
realizing
be your bill.
You
though.
don't
Other
get
people
it,
got
nigga. You
more
don't
than
get
one
it.
kid. Other people got more than two.
But you're just providing.
No,
for
guy, you're talking shit that you don't know about.
How?
Because you don't have any kids.
Oh,
Those same bills you got,
So
I got.
three.
They're not as high.
How did I?
No.
Because more shit is getting used in my
How
house.
not though?
Because I just told you, more shit is getting used in my house.
I leave
More what?
TVs on in my crib all day when I'm gone. You feel me?
You're
Nigga,
a
I leave the
fool.
heat on.
Right,
in my
that's
crib
dumb
all
as
day.
hell.
Like, this is what you don't know. But you, that's what I'm saying. This is what you don't know though.
Right.
This is what you don't know though.
That's
You know
dumb
what I'm
on
saying?
you
But
and
that's what you and your
and-
kids can do that.
and
But
no,
as a
nigga.
single individual, I like my house a certain way. So when I
Yo,
leave,
you're not about to equal you being a single person with no kids to
It's
anybody
not-
that
it's
has
not-
a single
It's
child.
It's not
not
gonna work.
ever saying I'm
It's not gonna
equaling
work.
it.
It's
I'm
not
saying
gonna
you
work.
still
That's
go
what
through
you're
the
trying to
same
do right
struggles
now.
that you go through as a
It's not gonna work.
No,
with your child,
bill
as a
paying
single
is bill paying.
individual.
Life is life.
I've
There's
seen
people
single
go
people
through
niggas
people
out
go
here
through
on the street
shit.
struggling struggling.
Okay.
Yes, that's life.
Let me just say something.
Way
One
more
thing.
goes
One
into
thing.
having a child than it does.
Let's cut some.
I just want to say one thing. All right, say you both was working same job, $8 an hour, 40 hours a week. He got a kid and you don't.
Right.
At the end of the month, who got more money?
But this is what I
Same
didn't
bills.
I didn't get to make this point.
Same bills.
This is not even a question.
In our reality.
Hi. Do you have anything you want to sell? Anything. It could be anything. Like anything. Right here, this slot right here, this random spot right here in this show. This could be yours. This is ad space. Right now we're going to be selling ad space. Yes. So if you would like some advertisement for your product, your business, restaurant, or whatever the hell you got doing, contact Inappropreality. Hit up Mike Torch. Hit up Dame Diddy. Hit up Macway. Hit up K Finesse Carla. Hey, look. Hit up anybody that's involved with this to get your ad space right here, right now. Get our following to fuck with you.
Have more money as a single person,
That's
but
not
it probably
question.
couldn't be much more. Just based off providing for bills. Who knows what those situations could be? But as providing for a child, yeah, it's differently. He's got, like I said, he's got had an upper hand
You
because
just
Even as a
left
parent,
to
you have to
Florida.
short your bills to
You
provide
just
for that
up and
child
left
so that
Florida.
you're
This
following
daycare, you
up on
got
the next
Because you
one.
wanted
Like
to.
that shit.
You just
That
up and
means
left to
we in
Florida
the
because you
negative.
wanted to.
But not all people.
That
do
means we need a
daycares.
credit card.
Some people have that balance, so they don't.
Are you hearing this? You just up
I
and
mean,
left
I
to Florida
feel
for a
you.
football tournament because you wanted to. If you had a kid, that decision might have been a little bit different.
I don't think so.
Yes, it might have.
It might have.
It might have. Just like I said, just like my tournament that I was dying to go to, it happens to fall on my daughter's birthday weekend.
Right.
So like I can't do that.
But those are called sacrifices.
Exactly.
At the end of the day,
But those sacrifices, this is
though.
exactly my point.
And not saying
These
I'm looking at
sacrifices
for
you are
nephew or cousin.
absolutely
I'm saying, but
not
that's it.
worried about and not concerned
I'm
about.
not ever saying a
Do you-
person that has a child, right, is ever in a lesser standpoint than a single individual. That's point blank period. So we're gonna get over that. So at the end of the day is what I'm saying. Y'all, we can have the same struggles, whether being in it with the child
Yes,
or not
it's
with
life.
the child. Is what I'm saying in general.
It's life.
So you supplying, if your mortgage or rent is XYZ and my mortgage or rent is XYZ, those are bills that we're paying as parents or as a single individual, whatever the case may have been. Your child isn't giving you funds for that bill. So it's on you. If you're not buying clothes, depending on what expenses could be, somehow in that pattern, it can match up to us basically spending the same amount of money somehow, some way. I'm not saying that it's logic that's literally how it is.
Nah.
But I'm speaking in general terms. That could be if you're an individual who don't buy clothes for
Life is
yourself,
life.
but you provide
The end
that extra
result
money
is
you
bills
have.
need to get paid, money is spent. Life is life. That's what you're saying.
True.
Life is life.
True.
But I'm telling you, it's way different, and you will learn as soon as that baby come around. As soon as it happens.
And I
Right
can say
now,
everybody's
I'll-
situation is different too. Like I said, life is life. So it's a
Yeah,
very
it's really gonna
Just
start
gotta wait
hitting
till it
when-
happens.
When WIC gives you a certain amount of can of milk and that shit don't last all month.
You gotta pour that milk.
Get
That
it
shit
paying
ain't
that shit
cheap.
out of the pocket.
That
Trust
shit
me,
ain't cheap.
it be
I'm
hitting.
so glad I breastfed.
Shit like that will be hitting your
But
But I
pockets.
feel like even if you can't provide for yourself as an individual and you bring a child into the mix, nigga, then you just making this shit worse for yourself.
Nah,
in general,
it's not
I
that
just
deep.
feel like that in
Nah,
general.
niggas be doing
My
that shit
child
and
was
people
raised-
ain't
It's like that in
doing
general because nigga,
Chicks
listen,
and chicks be doing that shit too.
if you see
Talk that
single
talk,
people
man.
out here in general, nigga, I see niggas out here that we probably know
no,
or whatever
I know,
that are out
yeah.
here as single individuals and they might have kids, nigga, because they the bitch that probably kept the kid or they don't even have a kid, nigga.
Just
They're
a bum
fucked
ass
up,
down,
my
take
nigga,
care of your shit.
because they can't provide for themselves, my nigga.
This nigga
I
Dave
see
just
that,
said
my
he was
nigga.
the Plan B king.
Not even about being a plan B. You might fuck with a chick that be on a pregnancy thing.
It's
man.
terrible.
That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not my choice. It's what she decides to do.
Facts.
At the end of the day,
Okay,
I can't sit here and
Everybody
justify
got a
that.
choice. That's what
Everybody
they
throwing
say.
like you have a kid, I understand that. But one, it was your decision based on whoever had the child. You know what I'm saying? Between y'all two. And not no disrespect to anybody who has a kid, you know what I mean? But y'all taking on that initial responsibility. It was between you and that individual. Now y'all gotta provide for that situation. And any way you have a kid, you had it with somebody else. Now at the end of the day, y'all both gotta provide for that. So it's not all on you, bro. It's on that person you had it with as well.
Nigga,
Oh,
all I
so-
gotta say, all I gotta
I
say
see
is,
his
y'all gonna be
argument.
splitting.
I got all
so
shit
it's
to
not
be-
gonna
It
be
shouldn't
like
be.
this
It
straight
shouldn't.
upon
The
you.
all I gotta
bills is
say
not
is
that
all
these
bad
kids
because
is
you live with
all I gotta
somebody
say
else.
is,
Now,
damn.
then what happens
All I
when
gotta
you're with
say
somebody
is-
else and they have other kids and they have to provide
till
for
you
it?
have a kid.
So what?
Wait till you have a kid.
What if you
What
were
you gotta
somebody
do?
who
I
got
guess I gotta
other
wait.
kids?
You do.
Not just that.
But I'm not ever gonna down talk a single.
This is nothing. This is
anybody
like
that's
what
in
you
a
don't know is
situation.
what you don't know. This is come down to like anything. You literally just don't know, and that's fine. It's
Gotta
okay.
True, but
It's okay.
I've seen people who I know people firsthand, and I've seen people firsthand. You know what I'm saying, go through those struggles with, you know what I'm saying, having, but it's those who provide that basically make it through the situation even
There's
with
just
struggle,
problems
you know what
that
I'm
you
saying?
just.
And it's not just all on them at the end of the day too. That's to be real behind it though. People are gonna have their ways to make things work between these situations, and that's how it's gonna make you through your life. So, like I said, everybody's
I
life is a
bitch
way
about
opposite.
spending the fucking money in the milk, but like you said, it's just life, and I just do it.
That shit don't stop. That's what I'm saying. That's the same shit I just said earlier. You gotta submit to the universe. The universe is gonna fucking dish the cards however the fuck it wants to. Single, not married, divorced, widowed, whatever the fuck. Life is fucking life. That shit don't fucking matter. Y'all eating Wendy's breakfast?
Damn, breakfast?
I heard about it. There's
March
some new
2nd, they're supposed to drop some
shit.
shit.
No, I'm all set.
I don't eat fast food anyways.
That was when McDonald's started having lobster. I'm all set.
You was worried about taking a shot. You was like counting calories and shit. So you don't eat fast food, do you?
I'm a vegan.
Oh, word. That's
Yeah.
so.
But I cheat sometimes. I eat cheese once in a blue moon, you know.
Then you can't eat cheese as a vegan? I guess
Nah.
not.
No,
No,
there
So
you
what
go.
do you eat?
No.
What is exactly?
Once in a blue moon, I do. I
At
eat
least
cheese.
you're not like
Vegan
at least you're
and
not like
vegetarian are
vegan
two different
MBS
things.
Malay. At least not like
Yeah.
at least that's just not like in the
No.
shit. Like that shit is weird. You don't think those people are odd? Like those
She's
type
those
of
people.
No,
I'm not.
No, she's not.
I am not. I cheat cheese sometimes. See, because I believe that when you stop eating cheese, then like certain parts of your body go flat. I can't have my ass go flat, so you need cheese.
You don't need cheese. No one needs cheese.
Shut up.
No
I
dairy.
love
No
cheese.
one
love
needs
cheese.
cheese.
I'm
Nah.
lactose
Nah.
too.
No
Nah, you
one
don't need
needs
cheese.
any
You
don't
dairy
need cheese. I'm
product
just playing around.
whatsoever. No one needs
You don't
any-
eat no
Um,
dairy?
No, I said
No.
no one needs.
I think
Scientifically, we're not supposed to be.
I think
eating
that
all
people
shit.
should not go overboard about it. Like people have their own choices. Like I didn't stop eating meat because there was a problem with it. I stopped. Oh my God, it's been almost 2 years. Oh, awesome. Yes. All right. Anyways, so I really stopped because I wanted to learn self-discipline. I stopped drinking and I started drinking again. So like I stopped drinking for like 7 months, and I stopped eating meat. But I stuck to stop eating meat because I loved the way I felt. Like I was able to start crossing my legs and
They say that should give you
everything.
more energy.
You see, that's why I'm on that type of
But that's that bullshit,
time
though.
now. I
Instead
want
of
to stop
feeling
eating.
really good,
I want to stop
wanted
eating
to
meat.
get
Yeah.
There's people that are
Wow.
already straight, like that eat only
Addies.
that just
Yeah, I just eat
that
good.
eat only
I just
meat.
eat good. I don't eat any meat though.
Yeah, go carnivore.
I eat good though.
Like-
Niggas, you're gonna die.
Joe Rogan's on that shit
I'm
right
not
now.
gonna die.
No, I'm talking about he
No,
said
the
there's people that
carnivore
eat just
is-
straight meat.
You only eat meat?
No, not meat.
Pause,
But-
pause.
I'm gonna need
I had to say my boy.
They're not eating no veg,
nothing.
No
Nah.
veggies, no starch, no
Nah.
grains, just
Nah.
straight meat.
Straight
All
meat.
Nah, because they were saying that
What is
people
the
get
purpose
gout
of this diet?
when they eat too much meat.
What's the purpose of
He's
that?
doing it just to prove a point.
Who?
And he's been losing weight.
Who?
Yeah, right.
Joe Rogan.
Oh, Joe Rogan.
But
So-
there's people that actually do that.
wait, so it's a high protein diet?
Yeah, absolutely.
And only eating meat?
Yeah.
That's
Only
terrible.
eating meat.
And
It
that
still
shit
works
sound
out.
fun.
Oh, that
It
sounds
works out
terrible.
and
That sounds
stuff.
like
Nah, it's terrible because when I try
Some
to
of that
fucking
makes
cut
me
weight
sick.
for tournaments, like when I only eat chicken, but I eat salads too. It's just chicken and salads, salad and chicken. Like that is pretty much it. And some fruit, like fucking eating peanuts.
Oh my
like
goodness.
it'd be brutal.
How do you feel about people turning their pets vegan?
That's
That's
That is
fucking
evil.
disrespectful.
You see
Yo,
that shit?
I almost had a
You
little
can do
tiny
that?
debate with my
You
mom
see
about
that?
it.
There's a whole like cat, like vegan cats.
Oh, it's so
There's a bunch
terrible.
of shit.
It's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I would
Like
never
vegan
do that
cat
to
meat.
my
Yo,
dog.
I swear
That cat is pissed, nigga. That motherfucker
Yo,
gonna run away.
I would never do that to my dog or my son. So my son believes that life without chicken is miserable. So that's his exact word. My son is so freaking smart, it makes no sense. My son was trying to support me with my vegan thing when I first started. He's like, okay, mom, I'm not gonna eat meat with you. I'm not gonna eat meat. As soon as he got home to his father,
He said,
he said,
yeah,
"Dad, I
Yeah,
need
fried chicken
a
is
combination
over."
pizza for meat lovers. I don't care, but like that was terrible. He did not like it. But he loves my vegan, my veggie lasagna. My veggie lasagna is
Okay.
banging as fuck, okay? Don't
That
get it
shit be
twisted. I make
nasty,
some
shit.
With no cheese
Nah.
at all? No cheese?
I
outside?
make vegan cheese.
Yeah, they're vegan cheese.
They have vegan everything.
This shit
Yeah,
is
you
nice.
can eat everything. You
Nah,
can eat
they-
tofu.
they-
It don't matter, it
they-
melts.
they-
Okay.
You eat tofu.
I love tofu.
I can't.
Tofu is
I
good.
can't.
It's
wrap
what you
myself
mix it
up
It's too much
with.
sodium.
tofu.
It's just, yeah,
It's
it's sodium
full
basically.
That's like
All you gotta do is get it real
I don't like it too much.
crispy
It has to,
and
to.
cook it with
fish
something
either?
specific.
you don't eat fish either. That's what that is
No,
too.
that's pescatarian.
You don't eat fish. You do
No.
eat fish. You
No.
don't eat fish.
No, we
That's
pescatarians.
pescatarian.
Good fish.
That's-
I don't know none of them shits.
Fish.
That's like what is the Q in LGBT?
Queer.
Right.
Motherfucker.
But there's like what goes after that?
I don't know.
There's like 50 other them shits. Like
Give a
what
fuck.
that
I
shit
know-
goes.
I
Like
don't
what was
know.
it?
I thought that was the end.
Somebody said they took out
Nah,
20%
it's a long-
of it.
LGBTQ.
Like 39 letter thing.
Man,
It's
39 letter, you heard me?
Yeah.
It's like
39 letter.
LGBT, RESBCT, you know what I mean? Some
Shut
shit.
up.
That's
it's
crazy.
stupid.
Some shit.
Nah, it's a whole bunch of letters. I don't know what it means though. I
It's
just
cool,
be
though.
chilling. No, my
We just got NAACP. We kept it short and sweet, I guess.
Right, I ain't changed this shit in years.
you know the history of the NAACP?
Girl, you know who you talking to.
Oh, okay.
Girl, you know who you talking to.
Yeah, you gonna be talking
We
forever.
need to have somebody
sleep
else
on
on the
this one.
podcast for that one.
That's gonna be a whole shoot. Just him joking.
I fuck with niggas with attitude.
Wow.
So,
Right Black History Month, huh?
Huh? What'd you say?
Oh, you mean NWA?
Oh, that's what you said. No? Nobody's getting stuck with no needles? That was a rumor. Y'all know that's what they said, right? What happened with Eazy-E, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you meant like
in real life, right?
Yeah,
Like,
man.
you said what?
Yeah,
Mad fast.
I thought you was talking about that's what was happening to them dudes disappearing.
Oh. No.
Something happening.
I don't know, man. Connecticut River.
Look,
Oh,
Eazy-E and them needles. I do believe something happened. Suge Knight.
You might
That's all I gotta say
have
about it.
stuck Eazy-E with a needle.
I heard about that, and I will believe it. Just because if you know,
You-
if you know,
That's
if
how
you
you
know
gotta get right.
who he is, I will
Come on,
understand.
sis.
I will believe that yes, he took a dirty needle and
Have you ever heard this rumor before?
Nah.
For real?
First and foremost, do you understand how quick he would have to do that? Because how quick the blood would die and the virus would die from being oxidated. So he would even have to take it from the feed and do it like immediately. That couldn't, like, unless he had the freezer, the bag, and everything to really keep that blood right and then bring it back down to temp.
all right, like you're
Awesome.
ruining the like the
But it's that,
imagination.
it
of
ain't
him.
as simple as just poking the
Take
nigga
out
in the leg
facts.
later.
Yeah, we're
Right.
Because it's really not as
Facts.
simple
He
as
said
poking the
facts
nigga in the
going
leg
on.
later.
Right.
Poking the
Killer.
nigga. What did
You
they
killed
say?
the dream. They
What
wanted
did they
to
say?
imagine
They
shit.
say, what's the name? Part of it has to do with, first of all, I think one of them dead. And